So what's good, TMG fam? Listen, by now, if you're not skeptical of everybody, and I mean everybody, you should, even me, you should be skeptical of me, everybody, because I'm skeptical of y'all. If you're not that by now, then bro, you're gonna get taken advantage of, I believe. You know what I'm saying? This video here is the top 10 unsettling photos withheld from the public. That last part of that sentence, withheld from the public, should be the main reason you're skeptical of people. You know what I mean? Including in politics, government, anything. You know what I mean? Because if not, then bro, they're gonna pull the wool over your eyes every single time. You know that. But we're gonna see what they've been withholding from us. I know a lot of you like me, you already thinking alien stuff. That's where my mind went to first. But I guarantee you, if we peel the layers back even more, we'll uncover a lot more stuff that's being hid from us. So we're gonna check this video out, man. If you new, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, join the fam, all right? Let's go, let's check this out.
Welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. Here are the top 10 unsettling photos that the government withheld from the public, part 2. I'm getting sneaky with this one. Kicking off our list at number 10, late night dip. All right, it wouldn't be a Taylor McWaters list if we didn't mention aliens more than once.
Right off the bat, they came out with the aliens. That's where most of our minds went anyway.
This video was leaked last year in May. The footage is actually from 2019. It was recorded in San Diego. The Pentagon has since confirmed its authenticity. The UAP, the unidentified aerial phenomenon here, we don't say UFOs anymore, that's so old school. The UAP is spear-shaped and it's flying at extremely high speeds. No exhaust, no propulsion system, just a metal ball whipping by San Diego. The sphere then vanished into the water afterwards. So in case you're wondering, no, it didn't land. No aliens got out. They're like, hey, how fast was I going? No, none of that. We have no answers. No answers yet. Number 9.
But literally though, the thing we've been seeing a lot of those on different videos, man, things flying up above the clouds and people are catching it on these planes. You know what I mean? Catching video of different things speeding past them on a plane. Like at some point in time, somebody, like what we need though is a lot of these like retired air pilots that be up there in different places that, you know what I mean, that see things but have been keeping their mouths shut to come forward.
TALOS.
Basically, I'm here to announce that we're building Iron Man.
Tactical Assault Light Operator Suit, aka TALOS. It was once a project announced back in 2014, and like the former president said, this was supposed to be a modern-day Iron Man suit of armor. Didn't end up being like that at all. It was supposed to change warfare entirely, but 5 years later, the project was scrapped. Or was it? It probably wasn't. Of course not. We're still working on Apple Watches. You're telling me they're gonna scrap this? Good joke. On one hand, obviously it's hard to do. We could barely launch Google Maps in one go, let alone a suit of armor. I imagine it's complicated. Sure. But with recent leaks, we can now take a peek at what could have been. See, ideally, the suit would have given the user advanced tactical awareness alongside advanced military-grade armor, which has an exoskeleton.
You got four eyes to look. That's insane, number one. Number two, they ain't scrapping this. They upset it probably got leaked out that we would have this type of stuff. If we're using this stuff in war and defense and stuff like that, why do we want to leak that we have this type of technology? Like, why give you know what I mean? Why give your opponent that? Okay, so now they know how to counterattack. Why? Why give them that satisfaction? So I always believe stuff like that shouldn't even be released.
Skeleton underneath that's wired to the helmet and the rest of the suit. You're pretty much Iron Man. They figured out a few things while creating the suit, but overall this Iron Man armor wasn't close to being like what we're seeing on the big screen. We're getting pretty close. We're getting alarmingly close, I'd say. Number 8, the Kola Well. If you dug a hole through the center of the earth and jumped in, would you come out the other side? Of course not, this isn't a cartoon. But the Arctic Circle back in the 70s sure did look like a cartoon. The deepest hole on the planet. Yeah, let's gather resources and focus on this for a bit. Sure, during the Cold War, we love it. Scientists began working on the project in 1970. For many years, Russian scientists in winter coats were drilling a hole, just down as deep as they could get. What a great job that would be, eh? They got 1/3 through the Baltic continental crust and they found rocks older than 2 billion years.
And temperatures that was crazy when they got down there.
It was quite the project. It was exciting. But eventually they hit this muddy lava, and then in 1992, they stopped drilling. A huge concern here was that demons would be released from the earth. That's fair. That's more than fair. That's an okay concern. We don't want those around. I get it. The previous title for the deepest hole belonged to the United States Bertha Rogers hole, which reached 31,000 feet. The borehole still remains the deepest artificial point on Earth. Now, it was odd for the United States to focus on beating the Russians to the deepest point on Earth. We talk about the space race often, but we forget about this one. The deep hole race. Stanley Yelnats would be so disappointed in us. We gotta talk about this more. Number 7, radar footage. Now, normally when we see leaked footage, be it of UAPs or leaked documents, it's always the worst quality, right? It's always taken with like a BlackBerry curve. It's hard to believe when military footage is horrible quality. Like, we're trying, help us help you. Like, how can we see photos of black holes and not have a photo of a UAP yet, right? Or do we? Well, Jeremy Corbell is here to help. He took to Twitter in May 2021 sharing footage of US Navy ships being swarmed by UAPs. This time we have radar footage from inside the ship. It came from the Combat Information Center in the USS Omaha. This 46-second clip was originally recorded on July 15th, 2019, and you could even hear a dude in the background yell about how fast the objects in the radar are moving. That's how you know it's authentic. It's a guy like, whoa, that's crazy. On that ship too, imagine what he's.
I imagine they wish they could have probably removed his voice from the audio. Like, yo, you ain't supposed to do that, fam. And then the audio got leaked. Yeah. But that's how, like, I'm like him. That's how you know it's authentic, man. And that's how you know it has nothing to do with us. Now, could it be from somewhere else, a different country or something? Possibly. Maybe. You know what I mean? That's always in play, but nah, bro, it's something else going on, fam. It just gets deeper and deeper.
Authentic. It's a guy like, whoa, that's crazy. On that ship too, imagine what he's seen and he's surprised. I'm shook. Number 6, the Amityville photo. Yeah, a little ghost stuff for us, why not? This photo was taken inside the Amityville house back in 1976. You see it's the boy with the eyes? Nice, you got it, nice, good eye. At first, I thought this was from a horror movie. It looks fake almost, or set up, until you start to read the details. See, this photo was taken with automatic cameras equipped with infrared. So this ghost here probably wasn't expecting a selfie, right? Photographer Gene Campbell took this photo in 1976. Gene was working with paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren on this case. Yeah, this was long before the movies. They were just really working on this case in real life. This is history. This is so scary. The photo was revealed 3 years after it was taken on the Merv Griffin show, and many believe this is the ghost of John DeFeo, one of the boys who lived there in 1974. Now, you can't really do this anymore, right? You can't just whip out photos from an otherwise, crime scene and be like, okay, gang, is this a ghost? Let's take a look. No, there was obvious backlash for obvious reasons. It took 3 years for that photo to reach the public eye, and now all of a sudden everybody is talking about ghosts. Did this help? Probably not. Again, this was long before The Conjuring was ever released in theaters or anything like that. This would have been so random to see on TV. How frightening. Also, who believes in ghosts here? What's the ratio? Comment down below. I'm genuinely curious. I'm like 50-50 in the ghost game. Number 5.
And also think about this, right? This took place, what he said, 1976 or whenever it was. Think about those times. We ain't have too much Photoshop or anything like that to doctor up a photo like that. All you had was the flash. The flash from the camera. That could possibly, but normally that turns like the darkness of your eyes, it turns it what, like red? It does it red or something like that. White, maybe, but I just never seen too many like that. More so, that just makes me sit back and go, yeah, man, that place was haunted, bro. That place there, you couldn't pay me to go in there.
5. Quantum computer. This next one is pretty scary. Not a fan of this one. Computers are getting more and more advanced by the day. Andrew Garfield told
way too smart.
Everybody that Spider-Man leak was fake, and we're all like, okay, we'll believe it. Yeah, we believed it. That's how good technology is. It's getting dangerous. poor Andrew Garfield, but also poor us. We're for sure doomed any day now. But thanks to our man Snowden, Edward Snowden, it was reported in the Washington Post back in January 2nd, 2014, that the NSA is secretly working hard at creating their own computer. It's called the quantum computer, and it cost around $80 million to build. It's a little more expensive than the new iPad. Just a touch. This computer is safely stored in a massive room-sized metal box, not intimidating at all, and it's part of a program called Penetrating Hard Targets. So it can break encryptions for just about anyone, anything, finance records, medical records, your old MSN, hopefully not, but maybe. What a nightmare that would be. The NSA is well on their way to breaking every form of public encryption, so we're doomed. This quantum computer can theoretically break through any RSA encryption as well, which for the average computer today, that takes years.
Again, that's too smart, bro. Because then it starts thinking for itself. Then it starts looking around. Maybe you want to give it a command to do and it decides no, it calculated that no, it doesn't need to do that because several years down the line, it may affect this, but you want it done right now. So now it's second guessing you, but now it's made itself smart. So it feels like it's smarter than you. And now it just can spiral out. I mean, we've all seen those movies where those computers that are actually brains start doing things, and then eventually it just takes control and stops listening to the humans. Again, like I always say, they don't make movies about nothing that can't possibly happen or hasn't already happened.
The supercomputer can break through a lot faster. So yeah, you better clear that history now while you still can, or else everyone's gonna see. Number 4, more government leaks. Even allies of the United States weren't safe during Edward's leak. Thanks to Snowden, at the end of October 2013, it was leaked that the United States was spying on Germany, France, and Spain, all at the same time. Horrible. The NSA tapped into 35 phones spying on 35 different world leaders, one of which was German Chancellor Angela Merkel, who called out the NSA publicly immediately after finding out and said this act of snooping was just unacceptable between friends. That hits deep, eh? I thought we were friends.
That's when you know it's bad. Before, I'd be like, everybody knows. Everybody knows. But when it's leaked and it's made its way to the public, everybody want to act like they don't know. And now they want to point fingers. This is just, I can't believe this. This is just un-American. This is just unconstitutional. This isn't right. This person, I would never, come on. So you expect me to believe that you knew nothing about this? Then what does that even say about you? That something like that can get by you. Maybe you don't need to be in that position. Maybe we need to have somebody in that position that stuff doesn't get past them like that. Critical things like that don't get past them.
We're pulling that card out. Ooh, world leader or not, nobody was safe during these phone calls. It was also reported that the NSA was monitoring calls in Spain for the average folk. Yeah, they monitored around 60 million calls in 1 month. Imagine how boring that job would be. Just some dude listening like. Number 3, North Sentinel Island. Heading over to India. This island is home of the Sentinelese tribe, one of the most forbidden islands and
stay away
on the planet. We don't talk about this island nearly enough. It's fascinating, and it's also equally terrifying. It's located in the Bay of Bengal. North Sentinel Island is about 1,200 kilometers away from India, and while most islands are shrinking or just disappearing, this one actually grew back in 2004. Yeah, the island lifted up a couple of meters during an earthquake, so the west and south sides gained an extra kilometer. Yeah, more room for more inhabitants. Let's talk about them. The inhabitants on this floating cursed island are among the few uncontacted tribes left in the world. They've apparently been there for 50,000 years, and there's no signs of agriculture or even fire, yet somehow this tribe has thrived for this long. And if we try and get close and, talk to them or see what's up, they try and drive everybody away, violently. In fact, back in 2006, 2 fishermen lost their lives because they got too close to the island without knowing who was on it. The Indian government also didn't roll up to the beach after and start interrogating locals. Instead, they made the island now officially forbidden to enter, so stay away. Number 2, the mouse with an ear on its back. Oh, what a transition. What? Awesome. We love segues. Back in 1997, Stuart Little here became the test subject to determine if scientists could grow cartilage using chondrocytes, aka cells from a cow. And it worked. And now we're still talking about it today, obviously. It all started when Joseph Vicanti, pediatric surgeon, began designing human organs. This was during a shortage. He wasn't just...
Yo, he's serious. Now this is about to be crazy. We already talked about them studying different things that regenerate body parts, but now they're able to do this type of stuff as well. You know what? And I just saw them putting regulations on women's surgery, certain women's surgery, cosmetic surgeries that's getting out of control. They were trying to regulate that, especially down, I think it was Florida. Now you add this type of stuff to it, because what end up happening is then you have all of these side, like me and my pops used to call them, like, you know, you have your mechanics, then you got your shade tree mechanics. So now you're gonna have your surgeons, you're gonna have your shade tree surgeons. And doing this stuff to people because people can't afford it, but they want it done. So they're doing all kind of unhealthy things, unsafe things. Yeah, this, I don't think this is gonna be good, man. Wow, fascinating to be able to do it, but you know as well as I do, in the wrong hands, the wrong person, what you think gonna happen?
Just, bored and started to make ears, he was changing the medical game. And little did he know, he was actually about to change the science game as well. He constructed an ear and then told his brother Chuck and his partner Bob to not bring up the fact that he attached said ear to a live mouse. He's like, please don't mention the mouse, please. How can you not? Here, check out this new ear I made. Hey, one sec, let me catch it. What? It's disgusting. What's going on here? What's this science lab you have? So Chuck spilled the beans. He didn't keep said information to himself. Can you blame him? No. But good thing he leaked the information, because now we know cow cartilage can create cells. All because he spilled the beans. Nice. Thanks, Joseph. And also thanks to that mouse that totally didn't volunteer for this life. Can I Q-tip it?
That's what I was sitting here saying to myself. At the same time, I feel so sorry for the mouse. He's like, man, what did I do to deserve this?
His back. I want to Q-tip his back. Let's clean that little ear for him, I bet that would feel great. It's like a back scratch, but an ear Q-tip at the same time. Imagine those mixed. Stuart Little, he's got it. And finally, number 1, motorized roller skates. This last one, they've been working on for quite a long time. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen working on this channel, so yeah, I had to end off this list.
Are we that lazy that we can't like push and glide with the rollerblades no more? Oh my gosh.
With this. Motorized roller skates. What a dream. Is it happening? Are we close? I sure hope not. This photo was taken at the Sunoco station in Hartford, Connecticut. Context aside, this is an odd one. It's a guy with a briefcase filling up at a gas station, and he's wearing roller skates. Is this 2077? No, it's actually 1956. And that futuristic looking man right there, that's Mike Dreschler. He was working for a Detroit skate company, and he was very dangerously close to gas-powered roller skates. Sounds like something from a cartoon where he's like, oh, I'll get you, pew, and then he blasts off.
Like, you better have a mouth guard or something. How many of y'all have fell off rollerblades or roller skates? Me? Yeah, several times. Imagine going, what was always a thing that can get you, right? A rock, right? Imagine going at what, 25, 30, 15, whatever mile per hour, and you hit that rock and fall on your face. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you.
Roller skates.
I can't afford veneers.
Sounds like something from a cartoon where he's like, oh, I'll get you, pew, and then he blasts off. This would never, don't try this. This is a horrible idea. They would have cost around $250, which today is around $2,400, and its max speed was 17 miles an hour, so you'd still be late and you'd still be buying gas. It was a lose-lose. Imagine this in the closing act of a Mission Impossible movie. How boring would that be? Now, obviously, the public wasn't supposed to see this. They feared that it would encourage folks to get creative on their own. So yeah, I'll reinforce that. Don't make rocket skates with gasoline. Thanks. Hit that thumbs up and don't make rocket skates. We love it. Don't eat Tide Pods or make your own jet boots. Taylor McWaters, there's a quote for you. There we go. Those are the top 10 unsettling photos that the government withheld from the public. Part 2. If you want a part 3, let the fine people know. Comment down below. Say, I believe in ghosts. Part 3. Bam. And then we'll know exactly what's up. Bye.
Gas-powered roller skates. We needed that. You needed to smell gasoline because number one, most people can barely put gas in their car without spilling it down the side of it. So now you're gonna smell gasoline while you're gonna inhale fumes while you rollerblading? No, that ain't good. Then let's state the obvious. How much is gas right now? Man, That might be better than putting it in your car. I get it. Some of y'all be like, man, that'll be easier though. 17 miles, I just have to get up a little bit earlier. You know, depending on the weather, I might have a little something to deal with. Find me a lane. I might be all right. Some of y'all are considerate. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. But yeah. Y'all get at me in the comment section, man, and let me know what you thought of this video, though. This was the top 10 unsettling photos withheld from the public. All right, it's your boy L, man. Y'all stick around and stay tuned. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.